Good day, and welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. And let's not waste no time. So, we're going to talk about Dennis Rodman versus Gregg Popovich. So, let me just set it up for you. Gregg Popovich was an assistant under Larry Brown, okay? But he left for a year or two to work with Don Nelson and the Golden State Warriors. He was GM of the Golden State Warriors, okay? And then returned to the Spurs in '95 as the GM. So before he was named permanent head coach, he was the GM. And Bob Hill was the coach at that time, who replaced John Lucas the previous year before. So Rodman versus Pop didn't start until 1995, but in the year before, Rodman, who had just been traded from the Pistons, led the league with 34 technical fouls. He had butted Stacey King. He had butted John Stockton. Skipped practices, skipped pre-game meals. Skipped practices. Was skipped pre-game warm-ups. Was often late for practice. But John Lucas was the one who actually defended Dennis Rodman, because Dennis Rodman was productive. He was always grabbing rebounds, taking pressure off of David Robinson. But I mentioned that he had butted John Stockton, okay, which led, and this happened in Game 3. Obviously happened in Game 3 when he was, no, check that. He had butted John Stockton in Game 2, okay? He was ejected and suspended for Game 3, in which the Spurs lost pretty badly, 105-72, on their way to a 3-1 defeat in the first round of the '94 NBA playoffs, okay? So they bring in Gregg Popovich for the 1995 season as GM, and they hire Bob Hill as head coach. Okay. And so Rodman and Pop were going at it pretty much the whole season. Not just Rodman and Pop, but Dennis Rodman also had his issues with Bob Hill as well. It started by Rodman missing the team bus during a preseason game. He was fined $1,500. And Dennis Rodman arrived at a preseason game in the second quarter, and Gregg Popovich fined him $15,000. He fined Popovich $15,000 when the fine was no less than $1,000. Okay, and then Gregg Popovich also fined Dennis Rodman for wearing jeans on the team flight. Dennis Rodman was ejected from the final preseason game, was suspended for the first 3 games of the season by Gregg Popovich. He skipped the first practice after he returned from suspension, in which Gregg Popovich said Dennis Rodman needs to grow up. Then the Spurs placed him on a paid leave of absence. After Popovich told him to grow up, Dennis Rodman responded to that by saying, "I guess I have to go back to school and learn my ABCs, but that won't prove who is a man and who is a child." Okay, so that was Dennis Rodman's response to that. he missed 3.5 weeks. Dennis Rodman did. Okay. He missed 3.5 weeks, and the Spurs were only 8-9. Okay. In his absence. Then when he returned on March 16th, they were 33-9 with Rodman in the lineup. Okay. And so he arrived to his first game back in the second quarter. And Rodman said he had a car break again or something like that, which wasn't a good enough reason for Bob Hill or Gregg Popovich. I mentioned they were 33-9 with Rodman. He had a motorcycle accident, Dennis Rodman did, and he ended up missing 14 games with a motorcycle accident, which violated his contract. And so the Spurs actually won 12 or 14 without Dennis Rodman. Okay? And so his first game back when he returned on April 14th, 1995, he had 15 rebounds in his first game back. So let me see. Okay, so the 1995 playoffs come, okay? And they sweep Denver 3-0, defeat the Lakers in 6 games, okay? And then comes the Western Conference Finals against the Houston Rockets. He didn't start in Game 5, okay? He didn't start in Game 5 and was taken out on the final play of Game 1, in which Robert Horry hit the game-winning shot, okay? He didn't play in the fourth quarter of Game 1. He only played 6 minutes the entire second half. No. Check that. He played only 3 minutes in the second half of Game 2. Okay? Yeah. He only played 3 minutes in the second half of Game 2. Okay? And was taken out on the final play of Game 1. Or he hits the game winner. He didn't start in Game 5 because I remember during the broadcast, Greg Gumbel discussed why Dennis Rodman didn't start. He said he had a head cold, but he didn't tell the San Antonio Spurs that. Okay. So his best game in the Rockets. So his best game in the Rockets series was Game 4, when he had 19 rebounds overall, and 12 of those 19 rebounds were offensive rebounds. Okay, but he showed up 40 minutes late for practice before Game 5, and that's when he was pulled from the starting lineup by Bob Hill. Okay, and so they decided they had enough of Rodman. And the Spurs ended up trading him to the Bulls for Will Perdue. Okay. And now who do you think got the better end of that deal? Who do you think got the better end of that deal? Okay. No need to say it. So, yeah. Dennis Rodman and Gregg Popovich didn't see eye to eye with each other. And Rodman also had problems with Bob Hill. But, He also was having problems with David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Doc Rivers, whatnot. So, yeah. But, hey, that's it. And it's for you. All right. That's it and that's all. For Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. God bless you all. I'm out of here. Peace.